just checking that we're all up and running. Just bear with me 1 second and see if our video has gone live just yet. Oh, there we are. This is always the fun bit, to make sure that you can see and hear me. Oh, and you can hear me as well. Yay! Hello, everyone. I hope you're all very well. Obviously, we weren't around last week. Just close the door in case we get any little visitors. So yeah, but we are back from our adventures last week. Ready for a little bit of crafty fun. I'm just organising my seating while we get set up. As you can see, I've got all of my stamps here ready to look through, or well, not all of them, but some of them. I may need my other bucket because I am thinking of doing something a little bit more, well, dare we say a little bit Christmassy, but probably maybe a bit wintry. I haven't done any Christmas cards yet, so I thought that's what we might do tonight. So so I just thought I'd have a quick flick through some of my stamps here and see if anything grabs my eye. I have got a couple of ideas that I would like to do, and I might use a non-Christmassy set to do them. So while I'm just flicking through here, randomly looking at things, how is everyone? We'll give everyone a chance to hop on and join us. I hope that you're all having a good evening. I hope that you're all warm, because I am quite cold. We have a little Christmas set there. That's the first officially Christmas set that we've got. And I've also got my little foxes here because I think they're pretty cute, and I might use those in a non-Christmas set in a Christmassy fashion. And then I've got my other big bucket of stamps. Let's have a look through those. I know you guys are all probably well on with your Christmas crafts. I'm always very late to the party. I think this is such a cute set. In fact, this has got almost everything that I want, so I think I may well have just made my decision right there and then. And this is also a really, really cute set. This is the Happy Trails, and one of the ideas that I had with this was to do the car, but maybe instead of having the luggage on top of the car, was to have the little tree as a little Christmas tree just on top of the car. And then we've got the little bears in the scarf and in the little jumper, and again we can make that very Christmassy and make that a little bit of a Christmas scene, them taking their little Christmas tree home with them. So that is also another option. We could make that quite cute and Christmassy, which I think would be nice. So I am pretty tempted to do that. In fact, shall we have a go at that, because that was one of my thoughts. I wanted to use the die that I've got here. This is the Slimline Mini Village, and I thought I might use it on a square card because I haven't done that for a long time, and rather than on the Slimline, I think that will give us a lot of real estate to pop my little scene, and then obviously we'll have our little guys in the front here. So a little bit of ink blending, a little bit of scene building to make our card. And I can make my card base using the largest of my dies, which is a 6x6, because I don't think, if I have got a 6x6, I will use that card base and then maybe use the smaller one just so that I've got a little bit of a border. Let me have a quick look up here, see what we've got in my stash. I think that might be a 6x6 actually. Let's have a look. So I have my 6x6 card base, so I think I will use that just to save on cardstock. And then I will probably use, so these are my simple squares nesting dies. And if I use the one that's slightly smaller, so it just gives us a nice little border, or if you wanted to, you could have a bit of a larger border around the outside. Actually, that's quite nice, isn't it? And then I get my little row of houses here, and that can go across the back there. I think that's going to make for a really, really gorgeous little scene. I might use that bit there. I love that little bit there with the little houses. So that's going to look cute. So I need to cut just some white cardstock for my background, and then also some white cardstock for my houses. So let's refer to my stash of card. I've had a little bit of a rearrange. Now I can't find anything. Is that card or is that that's all paper? Where did I put my larger pieces of cardstock? I've got some smaller pieces here, which might be good for. This one's going to be good for cutting out the houses, but I do need a larger piece. Bear with me while I just find myself my cardstock. Is it down here? What do we have here? Oh, we have some cardstock here. This will be ideal. Okay. So, if you're joining me tonight, do say hello. Claire's with us. Hello, Claire. How are you this evening? Are you having a good evening? Please do pop on and just let me know that you're there, and I'm not talking to myself. We haven't had a photo bomb or a video bomb from our lovely resident kitty Maisie. She normally comes to say hello, but she actually came and laid across everything before I went live today. So she got it out of the way early, I think. But that's not to say that she won't be back, because she does love to come and get involved, as you know. She does love a little bit of an opportunity to disrupt my crafting. So I've got my piece set up here just to do my background. This is going to be my main focal panel, I guess. And then this piece here, like I say, I'm going to do a little bit of background, and how high up I want it is debatable. So I think I'm going to use the full amount of cardstock that I've got available to me. And in fact, I might as well just do across the whole thing, hadn't I? And then I can select the piece that I want. So I'm going to just do the whole thing, pop that across there, and then let's pop a little bit of tape on. Hello Laura, she's here and attempting to colour as you watch. So what are you colouring in? Let me know what you're colouring in. I'd love to know what you're all up to and what you're all crafting, and what you've been doing for your Christmas crafts as well. Now now Halloween's over, it's full on Christmas, isn't it? Right, let me just pop my very noisy Gemini machine on. We'll pop this through. of die cutting done, and then the next piece is are our houses. Put them through. Houses. I can already see some of the bits here of the little windows. Just scrape those off, pop them in the bin. So, okay, so we've got the first part of our card cut out here. I feel a little bit, you know, when you've not crafted for a couple of weeks, and I feel a little bit. I tidied up all of my my office as well. Tidied up the craft room, tidied up my office, just gave it a little bit of a spring clean because I was feeling it was in desperate need of it. And I do feel so much better for it, but I also feel a little bit like, you know, you've been away for a little while and it all feels a little bit, I'm not quite sure where everything is and what I'm doing next. So, but like riding a bike. we'll get back into it. So Claire says that she's not crafting. It's late and you're cooking trout. What? So you're cooking your dinner. Oh, I thought I saw a cat then. I'm seeing things. Well, we had a very early dinner today so that I could be ready for the live, because what tends to happen is I leave it really late and then I'm really eating super quick so that I can be ready for the live, and it just gives you a bit of indigestion, doesn't it? It's not the wisest idea. So, but whatever you're doing, I'm really happy that you're here, and like I say, just it's good to know that you're not on your own. Laura says you're colouring Christmas dinosaurs to make cards for your nephews. Christmas dinosaurs sounds very cute. I've not done dinosaurs actually, Christmas or otherwise, but you never know. There may be dinosaurs in the future. I've got a few different sets that I'm designing at the moment that I'm so excited about. And again, it's one of those where there's just not enough hours in your day, but we'll get there. It's looking like we probably won't have a release before Christmas. It will probably be after Christmas, so in the new year, because like I said, there's just not enough time for all the things that I want to do. So, which is always the way, isn't it? So I'm just building up my scene here, and I know it's all white at the moment, so you can't really see what it is that I'm doing. What I'm thinking here is that I might have another little slope here for my little characters to sit on, because obviously this comes a little short, and I don't want it too low because then there's not enough room for my scene. So I'm going to have, on my scene, we're going to have a little car here. So imagine that is there, and then we'll have another little snowbank here. We'll have a little car here, perhaps, and then we'll have the tree on top there. And then we'll have a little bear. In fact, we might just have one little bear with his little scarf on, maybe. He's cute, isn't he? I do like that. Now the sentiments on here are like the happy trails type. So I'd be lost without you, road trip, happy trails, love our adventures together. So they're not very Christmassy. So what I might do is I might look at some of the Christmas sets for a more Christmassy themed sentiment. But I think that's going to look really cute. And like I say, if we do a little bit of a another snowbank. My other option was to do a die cut sentiment. So add a Christmas die cut off the top which says big birthday, and then just use the wishes. So have Christmas wishes, which could potentially have worked, but I'm thinking now I might just go with just a stamped sentiment rather than the die cut. So I'm going to have to go back to my Christmas sets now, aren't I? So let's go back to my Christmas sets and see what sentiments we've got, because I love that little arrangement. So we'll come back to that. And I've got a bit more white cardstock here to do my my other slope. So we've got sweater weather, friends warm the heart, snow much fun, and warm winter wishes. So warm winter wishes definitely would go. We could also go with the sweater weather. We've got on here, you make me snow happy, winter, let it snow. So winter birthday, skating by to say hi. Winter birthday is quite a good one because you don't often find that, do you? So what else have we got in here? Christmassy wise. We have done a couple of Christmas sets. Actually, I have got, I'm going to look a lot like Christmas. The sets that were primarily, I guess, for your scrapbooking and so on. They've got some really good sentiments in there. So they're all kind of Halloween-y. They're all old and retired. Oh. So yes, we've got these ones. So we've got Home for the Holidays. Do you know what? That one is going to be great. We've also got Love This Tree. We've got Christmas is not a season, it's a feeling. Oh, the weather outside is frightful. This one's going to be a really good one for some sentiments, Christmassy sentiments. And then we've also got here, we've got Merry and Bright, Jingle Bells, Santa I Know Him, Sleigh Bells Ring, Are You Listening, December, Christmas Memories, and the Naughty List. So they're going to be perfect for our sentiments. So I'll keep those out and we'll choose from one of those. If you've not already got these sets, these are perfect for your Christmas cards, and for if you're doing any kind of Christmassy memory books. Julie says hi, hello. So Julie says that she's been able to watch tonight, as you're not at a panto rehearsal. So you're rehearsing for panto. What panto is it? What is it that you say? He's behind you. Oh no, he isn't. Oh yes, he is. And Lauren says, I've got some pennies to spend with you. Got a gift voucher for your birthday. Oh, that's awesome. What are you going to be? What's on your wish list? Do you have a wish list already? If you're like me, for your favourite shops, you already have one of those wish lists. So that's not the one that I was after. Where's the one I want? I'm hunting down more dies here. Here we go. So these are the Slimline Hillside Scene dies. So this is what we'll do to create our second slope. And to make it match with the... hello, Maisie. Here we go. Here she is, look. She's going to stand on my stamps, stand on all of my cardstock. To make it match, I'm going with the one that's got the stitching on. So I don't know if you can see that with the Maisie in the way. Can we have you sit next to us, Maisie? Because you're quite in the way there. You're going to sit there. Come on then. Come on, you little chair. That's a good girl. So Lauren's saying saying that the gingerbread men are in there, just deciding last bits. I have some other money to add. Oh, bless you. Yeah, the gingerbread ones are really good. I've seen the design team have done some great cards with the gingerbreads, and I was thinking about using them tonight, but I thought I'd do a bit more of a mix and match, something not quite as Christmas, not a Christmassy stamp set, to show how you can mix and match it with some of your other bits to make them Christmassy. Julie says, me and Harry are doing panto. It's Dick Whittington performing the end of January at the local community centre. That's so awesome. Oh, well done to you both, and I hope it goes really well. Good luck with it all. I think there's something about panto that just does really make you feel so Christmassy as well, doesn't it? So that's the right length. So again, in fact, what I'll do, I'm just going to trim this down a little bit, because we don't need all of it, but I'm going to add a nice little, and you can make it whatever curve you want, because you can tip it up, tip it, either way, just to make it a little bit more varied. But I'm going to do it, I'm just going to keep it quite simple, I think. For our little bears, we'll pop this through the die cutting machine as well. I do love it when Maisie comes and sits next to me when I'm crafting. She is of the three cats, she's the one who keeps me company when I'm in here, aren't you, gorgeous? You are so beautiful. You're such a lovely little girl. So actually I've cut that, and it's actually cut the other, I've done it upside down like a sausage. So I should have done it that way around to get the stitch. So I'm going to do that again. I don't know why I did that the wrong way around. So, but you get the stitch on that side, which makes a lovely little curve, but I've just did it upside down. So don't worry, we'll do that again, because we only need that much of it anyway. So let's try that again, shall we? You distracted me, Maisie. Oh, there we go. Come to take centre stage again. You're being so helpful, aren't you? Why have you got up all of a sudden? You were super comfy on your chair. So now you can see, I think, that we've got a little bit of stitching on our slope. So I shall just pop this back in here, and then I think the next thing we'll do is we'll probably ink blend our background. So I'm just going to move my little girl out of the way there. So you can see here that we've now got a little bit of layering going on, and I am going to do ink blend my background, but I am first of all going to stamp my images, I think, because I've got a cat here who is determined to sit on everything, so I feel like it might be a good idea just to get these stamped first. I'm thinking might be the wisest move. So I just need to find a nice little bit of stamping cardstock here, which I'm sure I've got. There it is. I've got some pre-cut stamping paper. So this is Crafter's Companion, Nina. It's the is it the Solar White? yes, it's the Solar White stamping card stock, which I've moved on to because the Time for Tea stamping card stock we've run out of, and I can't get any more. So I am sourcing some more, because this is a little bit of an off-white. It's not the bright white that I normally like. So I am going to try and find some of that Solar White again. So pop that one there. And I've got a bit of card stuck to that one. There we go. So we'll stamp these out. Oh, she's gone to sleep now next to me. That's cute. So, Annalisa's here. She says, hope that me and Ant are okay. Ant is actually doing okay, Annalisa. He's struggling at times. His movement, for those of you that don't know, Ant's had a hip operation. So he's had the cartilage in his hip. He's had that reattached, and some bone removed from his hip joint to help with some pain that he's had there, because the cartilage had got trapped in his joint. So there are technical terms for all of this. I don't know what they are. I can't remember them at the moment, but he has had to have surgery, and the surgery involved having his hip dislocated. So obviously that's very painful, as well as the surgery, you know, the actual procedure itself was very painful. So yeah, it's been a bit tough for him, bless him. He's off crutches now. He's been on crutches for about 4 weeks. He's off those crutches now, but again, his movement is still very limited, and the more he does, the more painful, and I guess the more he feels it. So trying to get him to kind of slow down is really difficult because he's used to being so active. So sometimes he forgets that he shouldn't be doing certain things, and he is in a bit of pain today. So yeah, he just needs to rest a little bit more. But other than that, we're doing fine. Busy as always. And Julie's saying she needs to start making Christmas cards, as was hoping to make a start, but being unwell. Oh no, I hope you're feeling better, Julie. Annalisa says she loves the Houses Die and have used it on one of her design team cards this year. Julie says she forgot about the Houses Die. I must have it, as you have most things. You must have it somewhere. You must have it, Julie. Lauren says, poor Ant, hope he has a speedy recovery. Julie says, try Limelight Craft stamping card. They are often at craft fairs. I love their card and perfect fusing with your alcohol markers. Oh, I will have a look at that, and I will pass on your love as well, and hugs from all three of you. So yeah, we are of course as busy as bees always. I'm going to pop that to one side because we're going to do some stamping, some ink blending first, I think. But we have got lots of things coming up. Like I said, I don't think I will have time for a release before Christmas, just because of the time frames and the way things move in the industry. So yeah, so it's probably going to be New Year before we have any new releases. But we are hoping to have some new stock and new colours of brushes in stock before the end of the year. And we've also got our Black Friday event coming up next week. Bonjour to you, Titi. So we have we've got a number of things planned for Black Friday. I can't tell you all of the things now, but one of them will be a live stream event with myself and Ant, hopefully, if he's feeling up to it. And obviously we're going to have some great discounts and great sales on during the Black Friday period. I know everybody's Black Friday seems to start earlier and earlier and earlier every year. We're trying as much as possible not to do that to you guys, because I find it very frustrating when people start having their sales on the 17th of the, you know, and Black Friday is not really meant to be until next Friday, is it? So, and it just feels like it's all become a bit irrelevant. Black Friday isn't a thing anymore, is it? It's just it's no Black November. It's just November becomes, because we have a pre-Black Friday sale, then we have a a post-Black Friday sale, and everything just keeps getting extended. So trying not to do that, but also aware that we've got competition who are doing it earlier and earlier. So we need to be able to I suppose to be there as well. So and let you know what offers we're going to bring to you. So so yeah, long story short, that was a bit of a ramble, wasn't it? But yeah, we will be having a sale. Is the gist of the story there? We will be having a sale, and some fun live events as well, where you will be able to get your hands on some very limited edition items, and kind of limited edition retiring items that you may not see again, the likes of again. So it's definitely worth going to be worth you tuning in for those live events to see what things are available. So I'm just using a bit of shaded lilac here. I think I've probably got a little bit of ink from a previous purple shade coming through, but I'm okay with that. It's all going to look really pretty in the end. So, and I'm just going to make a really nice kind of sky, blended sky, with a bit of shaded lilac here, and maybe a bit of I was considering whether to put a bit of pink, but I think I might just go to the blue to make it look a little bit more wintry. So like I say, I think that I've got a little bit of maybe a wilted violet coming through, because the shaded lilac is not quite as pink as is coming out on my paper. So, but like I say, I'm not too worried about that. It's still going to look really, really nice. So let's go with a bit of tumbled glass as well. And I just think that these two colours together just look so lovely. Yeah, that's going to make for a really nice wintry backdrop. So Julie's saying that New Year for her next release is better for the bank balance. Yeah. Well, there is that as well, isn't there? It's, you've got so many things to buy for at Christmas. Doing a release at Christmas is probably not the best timing, is it? Because we've got other things, other people to buy for rather than ourselves. So yeah, that is probably for the best. So it will probably be, kind of maybe a Valentine's or spring themed release. Annalise says it feels like it's been Black Friday for the last 2 weeks already. I know exactly. I find it, while I think the Black Friday sales, did used to be a really good thing, something that you could look forward to and get a bit of a bargain. The fact now that they run over such a long period has made it not quite as the exclusive thing that it used to be. Jess is chatting to her mum. That's really funny. And yes, he is used to being very active, so he is struggling a little bit, I would say, just with boredom, I think, and like his brain is just like on overdrive because he's a bit bored. So yeah, he definitely is looking forward to being fully fit again. So this is our backdrop piece, and then we've got our little houses. Goodness, why was that such a difficult word to say? And then we've got our extra little bit of should I move that down a little bit? Yeah, I think that would be quite cool, just about there. And then obviously we're going to have our little bear, and then I'm going to do my sentiment across the top here, I think. So before we do that, I'm going to pop these back. I feel like I do want to do a little bit of snow splatter. So I'm going to get my, this is some acrylic paint. It's a chalky acrylic paint from Paper Artsy. It's really nice, really lovely consistency. You only need a tiny little bit as well, and it's actually called Snowflake, which is appropriate. I'm just going to add a little bit of water to it, and then just hit it off the edge of my acrylic block there. Now, I was going to stamp my sentiment in embossing ink. Obviously, I'm not going to be working on a flat surface now, but that might still work. So I'm gonna let this dry, and then we'll come back to it, because I would really like to do that. So let me just grab a bit of paper towel and just clean off my acrylic block. And then we'll set this to one side. Now, I think I have mentioned before that because I'm using my webcam camera rather than my usual camera, it does really bleach out the colour in here. It's very bright, which in some ways is a good thing, because I felt like sometimes my old camera was a little bit dull on the dull side. And I have got so many lights in here, it's just ridiculous. So it always used to frustrate me that it sometimes looked a bit dark on camera, but now it's almost bleaching the colour out. It is so bright. So sometimes you can't always see the actual real colour that I'm either colouring in or I'm ink blending. Until you see the pictures properly at the end. But hopefully you can get a really good idea of that lovely blended sky with those snowdrops in the background. I think that's going to look really nice. So bearing in mind this colour scheme here, what colour scheme do I want for my images? And I'm probably going to go with maybe a navy blue car, obviously a nice foresty green for my tree here, and then maybe a nice navy blue or a deep purple scarf for my little bear, just to keep it all. I could even go for a really nice deep purple car, but I think the navy blue might be nice. So I've got my colour chart here. Those of you that were here a couple of weeks ago will know that I did get a few new colours. I haven't filled them in on my chart yet because I've been so busy. So I'm just going to get them out, because some of these are good colours for this project. Because I've got some nice greens. I've got, this is the bright parrot green, which is G19, but that looks a really nice foresty green. And we've also got a cobalt green, which is the YG45, which sits in there, and that's also quite a nice green shade. So I might colour those in while I'm here. So my YG45, see, I think that is a good base colour for a Christmas tree, and would go really well with this G28. And then this is the G18, which is the bright parrot green. Sorry, G19, not 18. Can't see. So that is a really lovely green shade. Very nice. So that's those two. I think they make for really nice, because I think the bright parrot green is not one for my Christmas tree, but is a lovely green colour. And then while I'm just doing these, I've got the G43, which is the pistachio. G43. I've already got G43, but maybe that had run out. So that's fine. We'll pop that in there. And then what's this one? This is the YG21. Again, this one must have run out because I have already got... oh, no, sorry. That was the G21. This is the YG21. Ooh, I like that colour. That's really nice. That's anise. That's a lovely YG colour, that one. Lauren says she likes the colours and Ant needs to craft more to prevent boredom. I'm not sure I'll get very far with that idea, but I do like your thinking. YG97. YG97 is this one here. This is a really nice deep khaki colour and is called Spanish Olive. Very nice. I do like that one. So I think that's all of my greens. Yeah, that's all my greens for the moment. So we'll not fill all of these in while you guys are here, but I just thought it'd be good to just do the green shades because I am going to be looking at those. Oh, and I have got a blue. Let me just do the blue, which is B26, which was of the blue shades the only one really that I don't have, other than the quadruple zero, which I think is pretty much going to be no colour at all. But I think this is going to be a nice colour for my cart. So B26, and I think I like that this B18 and maybe a B24. So let's have a look. B18 and B24. B18. Where are you? B24. Found you. Is it B18 or is it B16? Let's have a look. I can't see with my eyes. Yeah, it's definitely B18. It must be in here somewhere, but I cannot see it. There it is, right in front of my nose. So we've got that for the blues. I'm going to go with the YG45 and then the G28 because I think that's going to look gorgeous. G28, I think that's going to look really nice for my tree. And then for my for the scarf, this colour here, this B, what colour is that? B86 or B66? Do you know what? That is so hard to see. That's the only trouble with when you colour them in. You sometimes can't see the actual colours themselves. But it could be the B66, I'm thinking. Yeah, B66. That would make a nice scarf colour with the fluorescent. Maybe a bit too fluorescent. So that might be the B. $79. Maybe the B79. Sorry about this bit. This is the bit where I have to choose all my colours. And then for our bear, I think we will go with a nice brown coloured bear with the B23s, 25s. E23, 25, sorry. Got some lovely E colours here. none of the ones that we're going to actually use. We'll definitely use those though. So, and we will probably use the blush. So pop these back in here. And I want the E21, E25. Where are we? E21, E25, and 27. I think that's pretty good. And then for his nose bit, I will go for maybe the E17, E71. Right, colours have been chosen. So sorry about all of the time taken to choose all the colours. That is always for me is like the hardest bit, is choosing the colours. I'm so indecisive, but once I've got my colours chosen, I'm grand. So for my car, I've gone for the blue shades here. So I've got all of my pens in front of me now. And if you're going to be you know, batch card making, once you've picked all your colours, just stick with those colours and that colour scheme, and it will make things so much easier for the rest of your, you know, your card making, because you've already got those colours already agreed in your head. So we've got our lovely little little car here, which is such a cute little car shape. I do love him. He's very cute. So I'm just going to go around the top, just around the whole outline in my darkest shade really, and then underneath the car window. And then with the second darkest shade, which was the B18, which actually might be the darkest shade, isn't it? So if we add that over the top, that actually is a bit darker. So I'm going to go right to the edge with that, and then pull that out with the B28, because that was a little bit lighter. Yeah, that's better. Is anybody else excited for Christmas then, or do we have any people that are like Aunt, who's like, no, I can't do Christmas until at least the 1st of December? Is anybody else already feeling Christmassy and just ready for it to begin? I think I love Christmas. I absolutely love Christmas time, and I love getting ready for Christmas. I love all the preparations for Christmas. I love all the Christmas decorations everywhere. Sometimes the Christmas songs can get a little bit monotonous. You know, you maybe don't want to hear them all the time everywhere you go. But I do love all of that. Oh, how gorgeous is that colour combo? I don't know if you can see that very well on screen, but that colour combo is just so cute. I love that. I'm going to go with some N greys for the tyres, because I think that works really, really well. Did I say, do I mean N? Yeah, I do mean N, the neutral. N, N7, N5. Have I got N3? Yes, this one's N3. So, so we are going to a Christmas market in our local village tomorrow, and I think that's going to get Ant feeling a wee bit more Christmassy, because he's a little bit grinchy at the moment, a little bit not ready for it. But I love all of that. I love like I say, I just love all of the decorations and everything looking so cheerful and festive, and yeah, I just think it's a really happy time. Obviously, it can be a really sad time for a lot of people, and maybe a bit triggering in some respects if you've lost loved ones at this time of the year. But I do think for the most part it is a time where we can all just have a little bit of a cheer in our lives. So I've gone for the cool grey in the middle because of the contrast. I kind of wish I'd gone for a different colour in the middle. But I'll let it dry back and then I'll see if I want to pop something else over the top. Julie says, going to have to catch up with the rest tomorrow as head pounding so off to bed. Oh, good night, Julie. I hope your head's feeling better and your tree and decorations are up already. Wow. That is a little bit too soon for me, I have to say. Let's do the tree. Speaking of trees, let's do this tree. So I'm going to start with my darkest shade first, which is the G28, and I'm going to go around the edges. This is such a lovely colour. This is ocean green, actually, not Christmas tree green. But I am loving it. So just a little bit all around the edges there and a bit on the top. And then we'll come in with the YG45, our new cobalt green. I'm just going to blend that into those edges as best we can before we go over those edges again. Oh, I love that. The Solar White is a really nice alcohol marker card if you haven't tried it. Like I say, it's not the bright white that I would normally go for, but it is really, really lovely. For the base of the tree, I think an E35 and maybe an E31. So a little bit of that and E31. Oh, that's lovely. I have been waiting to get a new E31. It's one of the colours that I use an awful lot. I'll just have a little drink. So yeah, the colour of the centre of these is probably a little bit dark. So now it's dried back a little bit, I'm just going over the top of it with this is the C1. So I'd actually originally coloured them in the C3. But this being a lighter colour and having the alcohol in it is going to bleach that colour out ever so slightly. So you can now see that there is a little bit more contrast between those colours. So let's go to our little bear. I'm going to colour him in these lovely brown shades. So I'm going to start with my E27, and again I'm just going to go around all of the edges here. So underneath the scarf, underneath his paws, behind his paws there, under the scarf as well. So we've just got that there, a little bit shading at the bottom, and then around his head, under the ears, across the top, bring that in a little bit from the sides. Very cute. And then we've got the E25, which is the Caribou Cocoa. So we're colouring in very chocolatey shades, and I'm just bringing this darker colour, this mid-tone colour in to really bring those darker shades, the darker edges close together. and then leaving a bit of a gap, or what I would call the highlight in the middle. So the same goes for the face, so bringing those darker areas into the middle. Then we'll leave the middle bit the palest bit, especially around the eyes, because we want to be able to see those eyes. So E25, E21, is that going to be a bit too pale? That might be a little bit too pale. Let me think. E25, E23 is what I needed, not the E21. Here it is. Oh. So just bring all of that together with that E23. Oh, isn't he cute? He's like a little chocolate bear. That's very cute. Now, I would potentially do him a much darker muzzle, but if I do that, you're going to lose again some of the definition. So I'm just going to use the E71 and E70 just to give a bit of contrast in those colours. I might have to use the E74 just to make it a little bit more 3D. That's better. It's very cute. And then for his nose, I need a really very dark brown. Let's try the E59. Cute. He's adorable. You may not see the little blush pink because it's a bit light. So let's try a darker pink for that. Cute. Cute, cute. Put them back in there. And then we've just got the scarf. Now for the scarf, we picked out the B79 because this is a little bit of a bluey purple. So because we've got a bit of purple going on in our sky, I thought this might go quite nicely. So this is a very dark, juicy colour. So I only used a little bit of that. And then the B66 will tone all of that back down, but will blend really nicely with it, I think. Yeah, that's really, really nice. Lovely. Oh, so cute. I've obviously not coloured in my my little bits of luggage because we're not going to use those, so so we don't need to worry about those. So let me pop some of these colours back now that we've used all of those. Pop all of these away now. We've utilised them. Very happy with all of my new colours as well. Okay, so now we can cut these out using the coordinating dies. And I don't know if any of you have seen on our social media that we do have a design team call as well at the minute, which is really, really exciting. So if you've ever fancied working with Time for Tea and, you know, designing for us, getting your work on the Time for Tea social media and maybe on TV, in magazines, then do apply. The call is open to anyone internationally, in the UK, wherever you are in the world. It's open to everyone. You don't have to, have got Time for Tea products, obviously it will help to see what your style's like if you have used Time for Tea products before, but you know, it's not essential. And we are looking for people who genuinely want to work with us, craft with us, that want to be real ambassadors. You know, not just looking for some free stamps, because you know there are people who do apply, and are really just looking for some free stamps, which you will get free stamps and dies, and you get free product, and you also get a huge discount as well. Which is fabulous. It means you can top up your stash, you can get yourself a good amount of Time for Tea goodies, so that you can really mix and match all of your sets and make some wonderful cards. So we want you to have all the goodies, but we also want you to be real advocates of the brand, and tell all of your followers and crafty friends all about us, and encourage them to come and watch us, and maybe make cards with us too. Lauren says that she wishes she could apply, but she can't commit to the timescales. I know it is a big commitment, which is why it is. You know, you need to have the time to do it, and obviously be able to commit to that, and be really keen to do that, because it isn't just, you know. That's why you need to be in it for more than just the free stuff, because it is a huge commitment. And you know, it's little girls rolling about next to me, distracting me. But it's really, really lovely team to be part of, and it's really rewarding to see your designs, you know, on the page there, and yeah, and it's just, yeah, it'd be lovely to have you guys join us. We love to see different styles, and I love to get, you know, we have meetings and we talk about different ideas. You get to see the new release before everyone else, and it's just a really lovely team and a lovely community to be part of as well. So yeah, so do check out there's a blog post with it on. Hello Emma, how are you? I'm so glad you're catching us live as well. Yeah, so there's the blog post will tell you more about how to apply. I do apologise if you have already tried to apply and the email address was wrong, because on the first draft of it, I missed a letter out of the email address. So yeah, that went a little bit wrong, but it should be correct on the posts now. So I do apologise for that. So we've got our little scene here, which is coming together nicely. I might even push them together a little bit more, just to create a little bit more interest. And then we're going to have our sentiment on the back here. And the sentiment that I think I might go for, let's have a think. I think I might go Home for the Holidays. I think that would be quite cute. There's also the Let It Snow, which is pretty cute. But in terms of what I think is going to fill that space really nicely, it is either the Let It Snow or the Home for the Holidays, which I think would be really cute. Yeah, I like that. Cute little bear as well. So I'm going to try and heat emboss this. Now the difficulty that I've got with this is that it is onto my there's my little dustbuster. It's onto an ink blended background, which often attracts static more than if you've just done it on you know, just regular coloured cardstock. So because it's quite wet still, the ink, it can sometimes interfere with your stamped impression. So let's wing it and see what happens. Who knows what will happen? But that's why we do these experiments on the lives so that you guys can see how we manage these things if they happen. So we are just using some embossing ink on here. My sentiment's not straight, so that's a good start, but that's fine. I think that's fairly straight on my background. If not, we're not going to worry too much. Now, you won't be able to see that at the moment. I won't be able to see if it's stamped perfectly until I put my powder on. And like I say, it may not be perfect because we've also got some paint on there. But anything that's not perfect, we can always fill in with a bit of white Jelly Roll pen, is my thoughts. So, I think that's looking quite nice. We'll just have to see how it sets now because of the ink, the distress ink. So I'm going to disturb you now, little cat, because we're going to turn the little heat tool on. So I don't think it bothers you too much, does it, the heat tool? It's not as bad as the coffee machine. You don't like the coffee machine noise, do you? Or the Hoover. Not a fan of the Hoover. Emma says, I'm trying to get back into crafting after not really doing any at all summer as I've been competing at agility competitions with your dog Pip. Oh yes, I do remember you saying that in the summertime. Goodness, that was a long time ago then, wasn't it, that we last spoke? How have the competitions gone? I bet you've had an amazing time doing it. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not even on screen. I do apologise. Let's show you that heat setting gorgeously. There we go. So that has set absolutely beautifully, which I'm really, really pleased with, because I wasn't sure how that was going to turn out. So, and I think it looks lovely. I love the font on that. I love the way that that's gone a little bit. There we go. We're back. We've had some internet issues here actually. When we had, was it Storm Debbie that came with the wind? It was such strong wind. And it blew out our internet, and then it just hasn't quite been the same since it's come back. You know, when all of your devices that rely on internet just don't quite come back the same way, or don't work in quite the same way afterwards. I mean, really, it's not the biggest issue in the world, is it? Let's be honest, but it's one of those little frustrations that we have living in this modern world. Okay, so we now have our little background. So I need to trim these to the right size now based on where that sentiment is. I mean, how gorgeous does that look? It's so pretty. And then we've got our second layer here, and our little car and such will sit there. Let me pop my little guy here. Yeah, that's going to look really cute. So I'm going to cut that to there. So if we pop that in place, flip this over, I can use a little bit of my washi tape just to hold that in place there, just temporarily, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut it from the back and use that as my guide to trim off each side. I could use you know, my my guillotine, but sometimes it's just easier to just do it like so. And then the same goes for this piece. Based on where I want it, I think that's the ideal place for it to live. So we'll just stick it in place, and then from the back, trim that section off there and trim that section off there, and there we go. Perfect. And that's all going to line up beautifully now. So in terms of how I want to adhere this to my background, there are a couple of ways of doing it. We could either pop these bits up or we could pop the back bit up. Now I am inclined to pop the back bit up because the bit of warping we've got from the heat setting of the sentiment, it's just giving it a little bit of warp. So if I put my thicker foam tape on there, it will it'll really straighten that up. So I'm going to add this layer on flat using some glue. So pop that in there like so, and just stick that in place there, and make sure they've stuck down. And then, like I say, I don't know, I feel like that might look nice flat, but no, I'm going to pop it up. Let's just add some dimension. Let's just go for it. Why not? So I've got my super wide tape here. Now we are going to try our best to get in the shake tape. The wide tape, we may not be able to get this in just because it is so incredibly expensive to produce. So in this thickness, it is quite tricky. I do love it. I wish I could get it cheaper, and if I could find some that was as good as this cheaper, you can bet I would be all over it. It's just, yeah, at the moment it's coming out about £20 a roll, which is rather, you know, for you, I feel like that's just a little bit too much to ask you guys for. I mean, it's worth every penny and it lasts for ages. So if you guys think that you know you could stretch to that, then I think it's one that we would probably sell through Hobby Maker, because you could get the cheaper shipping with those guys than if we were to do it ourselves. So we've now got the little bit of extra here, and I don't know whether to pop that up. You see, I feel like that's going to make for a nice little bit of dimension. So this is going to be quite a chunky little card, but I'm liking it. You know, I love a chunky card. So bit of tape on there, and then we'll pop this on the front there. Yeah, that just really adds a little bit of something, doesn't it? I think I may have put my my panel on a little bit wonky, but please don't tell anyone. So our tree, is he going to go that way? I think he's going to go that way. I'm going to use this little bit of luggage here as a way of attaching my tree. Works as a perfect little you know, little place to stick my tree to. So I'm going to stick him on there, and then we've got our little tree attached to our car. I could tuck him behind there, but I think I'm going to have him here. Isn't that cute? Oh, that's so cute. So, do I pop him up as well? That might be a bit too much dimension. What do we think? Pop him up as well? What do you think? Oh, he's cute. Is there such a thing as too much dimension? I'm not sure. I'm going to go for it. So I'm going to use my thinner tape for this because we've got smaller areas to cover. And I am just going to go more dimension. Emma says she's done really well. We are one win off going into grade 3 at Kennel Club shows, and we've won quite a few rosettes at other shows. I'm quite glad it's winter as I need a rest. Annalisa says so pretty and she loves the sky. Thank you, Annalisa. So this is, like I say, I feel a little bit rusty after taking a bit of time off. So I know how you feel, Emma. You know, if you've not been crafting for a while, and you've been, you know, you've had other things that have that you've needed to do, haven't you? Which is awesome. So this is going to need double layering, because obviously it's we've already got a bit of dimension there, so I'm going to have to do double the layers here, which is fine. It's going to be a very layered card, but it is Christmas, so why not? So I'll pop him just there, I think. And then our little bear that's delivering the tree. Actually, I might do. Yes. So hang on. We're going to do this in 2 small parts. So I'm actually going to take my bit of tape and fold it in half. That is actually an easier way of doubling it up. As long as you've not made it a little bit too big, which I have. Just cut the end off there. So that's going to be the doubled bit for his head, because that's going to hang over the top of there. And then for his body, I'm just going to use some of the larger tape, and that will go on there. So he will sit just there. And pop him by the car there. How cute. Very sweet. So, finishing touches for this one, because we do need a few little finishing bits, because he's we need a little bit of white Jelly Roll pen. As you know, we always love a bit of white Jelly Roll. So where's my number 8? My number 8 Jelly Roll is my favourite. And give him some little rosy cheeks, a few little highlights on the scarf and on his paws there. And a few little dashes on that scarf on the cart. Where I've gone over the edge there, I can just use my white Jelly Roll pen. Where there's been a bit of bleeding, we'll just cover that up. We'll add highlights to those wheels, which I love to do. And a few little highlights. Oh, lovely. And then on the tree we'll do the same. That's very cute. So we've got our little tree being carried there. So can we see that's looking really, really cute. And Lisa says, so pretty, love the sky and love the dimension. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think that's really, really cute. I think if I was to do it again, I might move my sentiment up a little bit. I feel that's gone a little bit low now based on the kind of the amount of sky that I've got going above it. But what we could do to try and, I guess, counteract that ever so slightly would be to add a few little enamel dots. I'm just trying to see if I've got any, maybe the white or the green. Maybe the green would be nice. The little pop of green in the sky, just for to bring out the green that's in the tree. Might look very sweet. So let's just add a few little dots here and there. That's looking very cute, isn't it? It's got a few little gems, little enamel dots that are looking quite cute. I don't have any of this dark blue, which has just made me realise we don't have any dark blue enamel dots. So that might be something that we have to consider in the future. So move that one up there just so they don't look quite as placed. But that might be as done, I think. A little bit of the glaze pen for the eyes is always a nice touch as well. So, but sometimes I just have to clear the bit of gunk that collects. If you've not used your glaze pen for a while, it sometimes does just gather a little bit of gunk on the end. And I'm actually going to make his nose glazed. So I think that just makes it stand out a little bit more. So there we go. We're all done. What do we think? I think that's actually turned out pretty cute. To say again, you know, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I know I wanted a really nice ink blended background, and I wanted the cute little holiday themed scene. And to use the we've used a couple of different sets. So we've used, this is the Home for the Holidays stamp set, and we used the Home for the Holidays sentiment at the top there, which worked really well. We've also used the Happy Trails stamps. We've used our simple square nesting dies, and we've also used the Slimline Hillside Village just to create that little village scene in the background. So actually it was a really simple background to build for, you know, to make something really pretty. And then just the enamel dots in the background. So I hope that you all really enjoyed that. Thank you for joining me, everyone. Claire says amazing colours. Obviously we are getting into full-on Christmas time, so look out for lots more Christmas themed content. Look out for the for all of the Black Friday bits. So next Thursday is the day before what officially should be Black Friday. So next Thursday will be a live stream, but it will be very much Black Friday themed. So if you are looking for a Black Friday deal from Time for Tea Designs, I would suggest that that's the day to tune in. So tell all your friends, get everybody involved, because we're going to have some real bargains and some very limited edition items. So, I mean, when I say limited editions, we're probably talking maybe 10 of each, and then when they're gone, they're gone. So do tune in for that. And then obviously look out for all of the other wonderful bargains that will be available over the course of that weekend as well. There will be more information about everything that's coming during that week. It will more than likely be Monday now, I think, before I can get anything posted about the schedule. So look out for that. If you've not already signed up to the newsletter, please do, because that's where you'll find out all the information about Black Friday. There may even be some subscriber only Black Friday deals as well. So again, another good reason for you to sign up and subscribe. Other than that, I think it's time for me to go. It's time for me to have a cup of tea. I'll take some photos of our card today, and I will see you all next week. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, whatever you're doing, a wonderful crafty weekend, and I'll see you guys really soon. Thank you guys. Bye. See you soon. Bye.